It's quite amazing to get to November 2021 and have the privilege of reflecting on a year that has been quite a spectacularly energetic, innovative and fast-paced year. If we compare it to last year, one wondered what this year would be, and in some ways some of the challenges have been more challenging, and in other ways we've been absolutely blown over with the support and enthusiasm and energy that has entered into the art market. I think for me, some of the highlights have been, even though we've had lockdown again, we have still managed to reach more people than we've ever reached, and still managed to sell more art than we've ever sold. And I think that's what we're very grateful for. So thank you all. Maybe some of the highlights are for you must be the Peerleaf single owner collection that you put together.
Yeah, that was incredible. I mean, we had an aim to have more focused, curated sales. We think that's important for the market in terms of educating the market, developing certain artists. So to start off with a Peerleaf sale like that, which was a white glove sale, all 69 lots sold, sort of nearly 25 million made in a couple of hours that evening, was incredible. I mean, we loved putting the catalogue together, a properly focused catalogue, I think, which is something we haven't really done in the past. And yeah, that was just one of so many.
I think one of the funniest parts of that evening was you saying, "Oh, we'll be done and dusted by supper."
Yeah.
It took us 4.5 hours to sell how many lots? I think it was 69 lots. So the joy of the ultimate moment for an auctioneer is that fighting over people wanting to bid. I think always is, for me as an auctioneer, a highlight.
And of course, with all our new technology in place, it was amazing to see where all this bidding was coming from, and it was around the world. You know, we had people bidding on Peerleaf from California to the Midwest to the East Coast, obviously London, Germany, Switzerland, through to India, all the way across to Australia, and that was just incredible to see that. Was amazing, sort of becoming a much more global auction house player.
And I think you mentioned the academic aspect that we felt was one of the important goals of this year, and I think Willem, you very kindly helped bring that to fruition. And maybe, I don't know, what was your highlight of?
Yeah, certainly the George Pemba and Robert Hodgins exhibition. It's what we call legacy exhibitions. It's not for sale exhibitions, and this year I was very fortunate to get two major collections. One of George Pemba works by the late Mabisa Kania. Her widower lent us 12 of her Pembas, and then the other big collection was Jan Meertling, who was Robert Hodgins' partner, and again about 12 works from his collection, never exhibited works by Robert as well, and all of that augmented by works from the Tatham Gallery in Johannesburg and from the SABC. So that was unfortunately when lockdown was imposed, so everything had to be done virtually, 3D gallery, as well as the talks and programs done virtually, but that was fantastic.
And the hanging team couldn't hang. I mean, I think that's when you had COVID and we had to bring in some help remotely.
Yeah, it was not a good time to have that COVID, because I was missing all the fantastic art in this company, and it's building us to have a knowledge of art all the time.
I think what was amazing about that show, Alan, is how much we've progressed since the first exhibitions, which were much more informal. You know, now they full out national shows with loan agreements, sort of with major institutions around the country, as well as major private collectors. And to pull it all together in a significant show is amazing. We're doing things that we certainly would never have done a few years ago.
Yeah, indeed, and also the archives that I was managed to access, especially the Pemba ones with many preparatory drawings, which was very interesting to pair with the actual works. So that was quite incredible for me.
Yeah, I think also another. I feel like we've maybe even grown up from the teenager now to the fully-fledged young adult, but the fact that our market now is we're truly an auction house playing in an international market, not an auction house that's sitting on the end of the continent. I like that. I like the fact that things have changed. I mean, I think for Marion, that was something that was one of your highlights, was the speed of which we kept on climbing in the last 12 months.
clearly under COVID it was challenging, but it was what I loved about it was just such a thrilling, exhilarating year. Every day was change. There was a new innovative idea of a curated auction, a single owner auction. The whole range, the enthusiasm of my colleagues, the support, and also our clients, clearly, the buyers and sellers alike. So it was a great year to look back on, and particularly the constant innovation and creation.
And Arish, for you, I mean, I think not only did you get your master's like Nadia as well, but you added the academic seal of approval, but the collections that we handled, I think, were also exciting because we found collections in different parts of the country that maybe we might not have got to so quickly under COVID, but we could digitally.
Yeah, we actually got to go out and see some of our clients again. We actually had bidding in the room, which we didn't have in a year.
Yeah, you missed the bid.
Yeah, I think I literally missed a bid because it was in the room instead of online. But it was great to actually have people in the space again, going out to see people.
Now, I have to say that 2020 and 2021 is still sort of enmeshed in my mind as sort of one single period, and we have developed so much and changed so entirely. But yes, I think we're all desperate for a bit more normality next year, certainly in terms of people coming to view and coming to sort of spend time in the sale rooms. I think our hanging has also improved. We've had tighter hands, more interesting shows. Specs and Eddie and the whole team, Johannes and Sam and Tulani and Marcus have done an amazing job hanging everything. And I just hope next year we get more people coming to actually enjoy it. Also, our shows have been much longer. That has been one silver lining, in that previously we would have had everything on show for 3 or 4 days. We're now having everything on show for 3 or 4 weeks. But yeah, hopefully we get more footfall next year.
Marion mentions innovation, and I think we also introduced the market to contemporary ceramics, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
Very special sale of Hiltonel and Niku Masimola ceramics. And what for me was very special was to talk to Hilton, interviewing him, and he tells the story of course, he started his ceramic career, but also Nico's as a young boy drifting into the studio, and Hilton said, okay, we'll start you off with making cups and you can glaze them green. And Nico said, I don't think so. And he then went on to make these beautiful figurative works. That for me was very special. And one of the last sales this year was of a single owner collection of linware and globe, early South African ceramic, studio ceramic pottery.
I must say the Nico and Wilson sale was an embarrassing one for me because I thought I was being terribly trendy and wearing a green shirt. Which I forgot that when you're auctioneering in a digital environment, it disappeared into the background. And there was one particular lot of Nico's that was a very well endowed bull. And when I looked across the screen, the bull was across my front. A moment of maybe not quite my Christie's training, seeing a reflection of the bull's genitalia on my front.
We have actually had a lot of collaborations this year. We did a video with Margaret now, with Hilton now. We had a number of guest curators that helped us in our online auction. So it was a good year in terms of collaborating with others in the art world.
And Arish, maybe that's the thing to end on, is that this comes from the Joburg team, but to say thank you, and we couldn't have done it without every single one of us in this team helping each other and working for the common good of buying and selling of art, which is an incredibly exciting auction.
Yeah, and also to say that we've got some incredibly exciting things coming up next year. We've got some new things planned in terms of how we're going to present things. The actual items that will be coming to market, and that's very, very exciting. We've got a lot of change in the back end in terms of our processes, because we continue to grow so quickly. Our processes need to catch up. But yeah, so many exciting things for next year, particularly as far as technology is concerned.
Yeah. So thank you very much, everybody.